Hello, everyone. I hope you are doing well. Can you believe that we only have about 3 weeks remaining in this spring term? And so today, during segment one, I would like to talk with you about our remaining schedule over the next few weeks and our plan. And I would also like to hear from you, to get some feedback from you. So, first of all, let me say thank you so much for your quick efforts and your participation during this past week as we had our unit test for units 9 and 10. And thank you for your efforts. You quickly took the exam and sent the pictures to me. And so as soon as I receive all of the exams, I'm going to grade them at once at the same time and then give you some feedback. But I have received your emails, and I just want to say thank you for your participation and your motivation for sticking with me, sticking with us during this time. Also, if you are watching by chance and maybe you haven't seen videos recently, but you would like to try and take the test, please let me know and send me an email. I will be happy to forward that test to you so that you can try it and also have a score for this term. So I have been thinking about the remaining few weeks because we only have 3 weeks left. And according to the Georgia Adult Education TCSG organization, we still need to make use of our course textbooks, our class books. So when I was thinking about that, I realized that as we began this term with Unit 6, and then we continued until the end with Unit 10, we did not use the workbook all of the time. So there's a lot of extra material that we could use for additional practice and review. So with that said, for the next few weeks, we are going to use the White Color Ventures workbook quite a bit more. And let's consider this like our primary textbook at this time, because the workbook does have a lot of good exercises that we can use to review. Now, the reason is this. At the end of our 3 weeks, in our last week of class, we are going to take a final exam. Okay, so far we have only had one quiz, and we tried that as an experiment together. So I will make a sort of combination test with a little bit from units 6 through 10, with most of the focus on the earlier units from this term. Okay, so our goal and our plan for the next few weeks is to prepare for the final exam. And so we are going to use the workbook, as I mentioned, for extra review and practice. So today we will start by going back to Unit 6. And we're going to do some of the workbook exercises during day 1 today. So now, can you believe it? We are week 9 and day 1. So we will start with Unit 6, Lesson A in the workbook. But before we get started, let me also go ahead and tell you your only homework assignment for the Lesson A, or Segment 1. And I would like to hear from you. I know that during this time, you probably have had many questions as we have gone through our book material. And perhaps you wanted to ask me something, or you wanted more practice, more instruction about certain grammar skills. Maybe you wanted more vocabulary help. Maybe you want more pronunciation help, or depending on your interest and your need, I would like to hear from you. So, would you mind, for homework today, send me an email with any grammar points or any topics, any questions that you would like for me to discuss in the remaining weeks, okay? So in addition to using our workbook and doing some review, let's try to balance it with some other interesting activities or topics. And I would also like to know, what do you enjoy? Do you enjoy when we learn about idioms? Do you like when we do pronunciation practice? Or if we have a cultural discussion or culture lesson? So tell me, what do you like? Do you enjoy hearing the music? So these things can help to also guide me as I think about preparing in the weeks to come. Okay? So thank you, and I look forward to hearing from you any requests or comments that you might have through email. Okay? So at this time, let's get started. Let's turn in the workbook, Unit 6, page 66, okay? Unit 6, page 66. And if you remember, Unit 6 was about time. And in Unit 6, as a quick review, we talked about some idioms, I remember. We also talked about some vocabulary. So let me jog your memory. Do you know that expression? It means help you remember some details. So in Unit 6, we talked about the vocab words, chores, deadline, due, impatient, prioritize as the verb, procrastinating is the verb or the noun, procrastination, and then tasks. Okay, so let me ask you some questions first to think about. What chores do you do every day at home? And who does the chores? Does your family help? Does your spouse do certain chores and you do certain chores? Are there any deadlines that you have right now? Are you trying to finish something by a certain time? Due. What is due? Are your bills due? Do you have any homework due? Okay, and impatient. These days, what makes you feel impatient? So you might remember in Unit 6, we talked about the prefixes that are negative, like I am or I in, impatient, incompetent, for example. So remember that the prefix im or in or un usually means the negative meaning or the opposite meaning of the root word. Okay, what about prioritize? What are you prioritizing these days for importance? Do you think about staying healthy? Do you think about exercising or eating well, relaxing, spending time with loved ones? So how do you prioritize your time? And what about tasks? Do you have any tasks that you need to do at home or in your work life? These days, I have many tasks that I would like to complete. One of the tasks is planting some plants and digging in the ground. That is my top priority. It's another another vocab word here. Okay, so let's look and do a quick review in page 66. Exercise 1 at the top. Okay, so we have some fill in the blank sentences. Let's test your memory. Okay, we have the example number 1, the answer already. One of my chores is to take out the trash. Okay, ironically, a trash day in my neighborhood is Friday. I am filming today on Friday. So as we speak, the trash collectors are coming to take the trash. Let's see. Number 2. What do you think? What's the correct answer here? The blank for my project is tomorrow. Okay, project, tomorrow. We have a clue here, which is a time word. Okay, so any words that deal with time? Deadline. Deadline is the correct answer here. Okay, number 3. Fill in the blank. I have another project blank next week. Okay, what do you think? What's your guess? Due. Another project due next week. Okay, a related word is due date. Due date. All right, number 4. Do your homework now and stop blank. Okay, if you are a parent, you may say this to your children a lot. Okay, and you can practice this word maybe with your child. Stop procrastinating. Do it now, not later. Okay. Number 6, I have too many things to do this weekend. I need to blank them. Okay, what about, remember we talked about putting something in order. First importance, second importance, and so on. So which word are we talking about? Prioritize. Good. And the last one, please don't be so blank. Your food will be ready soon. Okay, only one left, but we need an adjective here. The feeling is you're waiting, and you're growing impatient. So the answer is impatient. Impatient, not patient. All right. So let's go to the next part below, exercise 2. We will do a little bit of listening practice to practice listening and catching these vocab words. And as you listen, fill in the blank. Are you ready? Good luck.
Time. Page 66. Exercise 2.
I have too many things to do today. My friends are coming over for dinner tonight. I need to make a to-do list and stop procrastinating. I have to buy food for dinner. I have some chores to do around the house. And I also have to finish my homework. It's due tomorrow. Now I need to prioritize the tasks on my list. First, I want to do the shopping because it is the most important. Next, I'll cook the food. My friends might get impatient if they have to wait for dinner. Then, I'll clean up the house. Will I have time to do my homework before they arrive? Probably not.
Okay. Let's pause here and let's see how did you do to listen and catch the vocabulary. Okay, the number 1 answer, to-do list. Number 2, what did you hear? Procrastinating. Number 3, I have some chores. Number 4, it's blank Due tomorrow. It's due tomorrow. Number 5, I need to prioritize. Some people put a strong stress on the second syllable, prioritize. Some people connect it a little bit more, prioritize. So, all right, the answer is clear. Number 6, what did you catch? Impatient. Okay. So let's take a challenge, and as a little bit of review from Unit 6, try to use these words. Try to practice. Think about your week. Think about your schedule. And maybe when you send me an email, you can answer the questions that I asked at the beginning of Unit 6 and Lesson 1 at the top. Okay, so referring to this short listening we had, talking about Olivia's schedule and so on, let's answer a few questions on the next page. Okay, so what is Olivia's problem? We have the answer. A, she has too many things to do. Number 2, Olivia, she needs to stop what? What did she say? Okay, most of us have this problem, and we probably need to stop doing it, but it's a human nature, I think. So what do you think? Procrastinating is the answer. Number 3, when Olivia prioritizes, okay, put something in the order of importance, she'll do what? Take a moment and skim those choices. Okay, and what do you think is the answer? It is B. She'll do the most difficult tasks later. So in her mind, what is the most difficult task, do you think? Or what is she procrastinating about? Sounds like according to the last sentence, she has no time to do her homework, so she will procrastinate, put it off until later. All right, number 4, what will she do before she cooks? Take a moment to read your choices here. Clean up, go shopping, take out the trash, or finish her homework. Okay, if you caught the answer, take your guess. The answer is C. She will take out the trash. Number 5, when friends are impatient, they are not willing to, and what's the answer here? Eat, wait, prioritize, or procrastinate. Not willing to wait. So impatient means you don't have the ability to wait. Last one. When you don't have time, you are too blank. Is it busy, late, upset, or tired? Which one? A, busy. Okay, so now a little bit more practice with this vocabulary, a little bit of matching here. So take a moment to skim the answers on the left. Oh, pardon me. Okay, we have do, make, take out, phrasal verb, prioritize, be, and order. So these answers deal with collocations, words that usually go together. So as a little bit of review, take a moment and take a guess, and then we'll check it together. If you need to pause the video, you can for a moment. Okay. All right, so the first one, we have the answer. It is do, be, do homework. Second one, make. Make what? Make a to-do list is the correct answer. Okay, number 3. Let me scan something quickly. Number 3, take out blank. Take out what? The trash. E. All right, number 4, prioritize what? Prioritize tasks. Okay, and 5, be blank. Be impatient. Impatient is a feeling, so it is a state of being adjective here. And the last one, 6, order blank. Order of importance. Okay? So, now let's go very quickly to exercise 5. We'll do a little bit more listening. There are 4 statements here. Take a moment to read those to yourself, and then you're going to check 2 true statements. 2 true statements.
Page 67. Exercise 5. Alicia, I don't know how you do it.
Do what, Thomas?
You always have time for everything. You do all of your work, and you still have time for other things, like going to the gym. How do you do it?
Oh, that. Well, a few years ago, I took a class in time management. Before I took the class, I used to procrastinate a lot.
Yeah, tell me about it. I procrastinate all of the time.
Now I've learned to make to-do lists. When I have a lot of things to do, I make a list. I write down things I have to do and put the most important things first. In other words, I prioritize the tasks.
I've tried that, but after I make the list, I usually lose it.
I make my list on the computer. Then I print out a copy and put it on the wall near my desk. That way, I can't lose it.
Sounds like a good system.
Here's my list for today. First, finish the sales report. After that, make some important phone calls. Then at 2:30, I meet with the salespeople. Then I can go to the gym. When I finish a task, I put a line through it.
Well, maybe I'll try it. You know what they say, never do today the things you can do tomorrow.
Thomas, that's not quite right. It's never do tomorrow the things you can do today. In other words, don't procrastinate.
Oh yeah, that's right.
Okay, we'll pause here. All right, so tell me 2 true statements from this conversation. We have 2 people, Thomas and Alicia. Okay, so what do you think? The first true statement is Alicia has learned to manage her time, right? She makes to-do lists. Does she procrastinate or not? No, she doesn't, but Thomas does. Okay, so the second true statement is Thomas often procrastinates. Okay, now, as I mentioned before, your only homework for the end of segment 1 is send me an email. I look forward to hearing from you. Tell me what are your top priorities for the remaining 3 weeks that we have together. And I look forward to hearing from you. And I will see you again in a moment for segment 2.